Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where today a giddy Randy Talks Cubs will be in front of you. I'm giddy because it's baseball season. It is February 12th. Super Bowl was last night. And I watch the Super Bowl. I like the Super Bowl. I'm a sports guy, just like you guys. I'm sure you all watched it. But there's something that happens to me every year during the Super Bowl, and even more so this year, is I'm anxious for it to get over. Like the 2 weeks before, it's a very long 2 weeks. And the reason for that is, in my mind, baseball season officially starts when the Super Bowl is over. I feel like the other baseball fans, everybody else, not us, everybody else, not really thinking about baseball all winter long. And now football's over. Spring training is right on. It's this week. Pitchers and catchers have official workouts this week. So football's over. Spring training is on. And all the baseball fans come out of the woodwork. Here they come. They're joining us now. They're coming in waves. And I just get so excited. I'm giddy. I woke up this morning just giddy. It's finally baseball season. And so we got some work to do. We're going to talk today about the catching situation as it stands, specifically in Mesa. We've got 4 catchers who are non-roster invitees. And those 4 combined with Yan Gomes and Miguel Amaya, we got 6 catchers. And I'm going to go through this, and we're gonna find out who these other 4 catchers are, and like who would be the third catcher. Like if we needed a catcher to come up, who would that possibly be? So what's interesting about the list of catchers is this: the 4 catchers that are on that were non-roster invitees, 2 of them are veterans, and 2 of them we'll call prospects. So we'll separate them out that way. Then we can take the 2 veterans. One veteran has a lot of major league experience, ton of it, and the other a lot of experience, but the vast majority is minor leagues. And then the 2 prospects don't have any major league experience, but they're highly regarded. They're really good. So it's kind of interesting. You got possibly more talent in the 2 young prospects than we do with the 30-plus-year-old veterans. But one of them has a ton of major league experience, and we're going to walk through it. So here's who we're talking about. We got Yan Gomes and Miguel Amaya. They're both on the 40-man roster. Barring injury, I look for those 2 guys are going to be our 2 catchers that are on the active roster. But we got 4 non-roster invitees that we're going to talk about. The 2 prospects are Bryce Windham and Pablo Aliendo. The 2 veterans are Joe Hudson and Jorge Alfaro. I'm going to go ahead and do profiles on 3 of those guys. The one that I'm not going to include in this video is Pablo Aliendo because I've already done one. When we finish this and you guys get your heads around Bryce Windham, Joe Hudson, and Jorge Alfaro, then you'll want to go find the Pablo Aliendo video that I posted, a few weeks ago to get that mindset. Because they're all kind of very unique. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's start with one of the veterans, Joe Hudson. Joe Thaddeus Hudson. He'll be 33 years old in May, born May 21st, 1991. 5'11", 210. He's a righty. And that's important too because in all these catchers, all these 6 catchers, we only have 1 that hits left-handed. So Joe Hudson, right-handed catcher out of Tampa, Florida, played his college ball at Notre Dame. Played 2 years there, 2011 and 2012. In those 2 seasons, he hit .290 with a .384 on base and a .422 slug for an .806 OPS. Played in 110 games, hit 6 home runs, 53 RBIs. Drafted by the Reds. The Reds took him in the 6th round in 2012. So he spent 2013 all the way through 2018 in the Reds minor league organizations, and the highest he ever reached was Double-A. So in 2018, he actually made his major league debut. So he pops into the major leagues in 2018, September 4th. And in about 2 weeks, he played in 8 games, and he went 2 for 12 in those 8 games. And then he was DFA'd on October 26th. Became a free agent on November 2nd. So he popped into the major leagues in 2018, played a couple weeks, got DFA'd, and now we're going to see that he just sort of kind of bumps around, right? Just sort of a journeyman. In 2018, November 13th, he signs a minor league contract with St. Louis. 2019, he was outrighted off the St. Louis Cardinals roster and became a free agent. 2020 came, and that was 2020, so we'll throw that out. 2021, he signs another minor league deal with the Pirates, and he plays 47 games with the Pirates AAA affiliate, and he slashes 188 with a 269 on base and a 292 slug for a 561 OPS. So the Pirates released him. 2022, he signs another minor league contract with the Tampa Bay Rays. Plays 49 games with the Rays AAA affiliate, then becomes another free agent. December 5th, 2022, signs a minor league contract with the Braves. Played in 69 games for the Braves AAA affiliate. Does a little better, hits 232 with a 371 on base and a 396 slug. Hits 9 home runs, 37 RBIs. Again, becomes a free agent. So here's where we are. Cubs signed him to a minor league contract on December 14th of 2023. So looking back, Joe Hudson, I don't know what to say of him. Poked his head in the major leagues for a little bit. A lot of minor league experience. Last year specifically played in 69 games at AAA level, hit 9 home runs. So, I don't know, that's what he is. He'll be 33 years old in May, so he is a veteran, 5'11", 210 righty, and we'll just have to see how that plays out. So that's Joe Hudson. Let's go to one of the prospects that I'm really intrigued with. I like Aliendo too. I'm serious. You guys need to go check that profile out on Pablo Aliendo. He's very interesting. So is this Bryce Windham. I'm really interested in him too. 27 years old, born September 25th, 1996. 5'10", 190, but he hits left-handed. And he's kind of he's an athlete. And one of the things we're going to find out when I walk through his numbers is he's capable and has played a lot of infield. So he's very athletic behind the plate. Not a lot of pop, but pretty good bat-to-ball skills, which is something that I think is something unusual for a catcher. So Bryce Windham, he's out of Monroe, Michigan. Went to Old Dominion University and played 4 years there. To me, he's sort of he matured slowly. So 4 years at Old Dominion. I'll give you his 4-year totals. He hit 300 in the 4 years with a 425 on base. Little slug, though, only 355 slug for an OPS of 783. So here's the stat that caught my eye. In 182 games, he only hit 3 home runs in 599 plate appearances. But he walked 99 times and only struck out 66. And that strikeout to walk ratio really hit me. So we'll follow that as we go through in his progression. So he was drafted in the 32nd round, 2019. Cubs drafted him, sent him to rookie ball. So in 2019, he's in rookie ball, plays 35 games, 117 at bats, hits over 300, hits 325 with a 460 on base. So the guy takes his walks. His slug is up a little bit at 419. He walked 30 times and only struck out 19. Did decent behind the plate, made 6 errors, had 32 assists in those 35 games in rookie ball. So again, his college career, walks more than he strikes out, high on base percentage, little pop, not much. Didn't play in 2020. 2021, he starts again in rookie ball, so it kind of starts over. Plays 3 games, goes 3 for 9. They promote him to South Bend. So he's now playing with the High A Cubs, 2021. In that season, he plays in 52 games, has 176 at-bats, hits .273 with a .360 on base, .398 slug for a .757 OPS. His strikeout to walk ratio sort of balanced out, 24 walks, 28 Ks. So we'll round it up close enough, 1-1. He played 25 games in 2021 at second base. Only made 2 errors at second base. Very athletic. Caught 15 games. So in 2021, he played twice as many games at second base for the South Bend Cubs as he caught. That's interesting. So I hear everything I hear about him is that he's like freaky athletic. And one of the guys that I was reading talking about him described him as being he's knocking on the door of the big leagues. So again, very interesting, Bryce Windham. Let's go 2022. Starts with the Smokies, plays the whole year with the Smokies, 79 games, 253 at bats. He only hits .202. 322 on base, .289 slug. Walked 44 times, struck out 44. Only hit 4 home runs, had 51 hits, made 11 errors, had 47 assists behind the plate. 983 fielding percentage, and he did play 4 games at third base, but with the Smokies, he's pretty much catching the whole time. Let's go last year. What did he do last year? Well, he spent the season in Iowa. And in Iowa, he caught 61 games, had 186 at-bats, hit .290 with a .367 on base and a .376 slug. Walk to strikeout ratio, 25 walks, 41 Ks. Only hit 1 home run, 31 RBIs. So he's not a power guy. So I would, athletic, defensive-minded, but I think he overcomes his lack of power with his on-base percentage. I think that's kind of sort of what we can think of with Bryce. So I mean, we'll see. That's Bryce Windham. Now we'll compare Bryce to Pablo Aliendo, and just kind of see what you think. But I'm giving you a homework assignment. You gotta finish this one. Go look at that Aliendo, because I'm gonna ask you a question at the end. The question would be, if we had to pick right now, who's the catcher we bring up in the event we need the third guy? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. They're all very different. Let's go to our veteran, Jorge Alfaro. And he's a veteran, but he's much different than Joe Hudson in that he's got a ton major league experience. Jorge, born June 11th, 1993. So he'll be 31 years old in June. Big guy, 6'2", 249, righty. In his major league career, he's played for the Phillies, the Marlins, the Padres, the Rockies, and the Red Sox. Rangers signed him as a international free agent in 2010. He's 16 years old, out of Cincelejo, Colombia, for a $1.3 million signing bonus. So that's 2010. That's 14 years ago. So I'm just going to kind of walk us through. I'm not going to go through his whole career and get specific with numbers. We'll do that late. Just sort of walk us through where Jorge has been. 2011, played in the Ranger organization, Low A Spokane. 2012 up to Single A with the Hickory Crawdads. In 2013, the beginning of 2013, he was Major League Baseball's number 88 best prospect. So, I mean, $1.3 million signing bonus. 2 years later, top 100 prospects in baseball. So, pretty good. 2014, spent the entire season in the Rangers minor league system. 2015, the Rangers traded Jorge to the Phillies. So now he's with the Phillies. 2016. Played minor league baseball with the Phillies. He was the Phillies minor league player of the week on the week of April 17th, 2016. Was promoted to the Bigs on August 26th, 2016, and then optioned back the next day. Then he was again recalled on September 11th. In 2017, he played for Team Colombia in the 2017 World Baseball Classic. He entered that season. This is sort of where his potential was really starting to show. Entering the 2017 season with the Phillies, he was the Phillies' number 3 overall prospect. In 29 Major League games in 2017, check this out. He hit .318 with a .360 and a .514 slug for a .874 OPS. There it is. Here's your problem. There's always a snag. His strikeout to walk ratio, guys, it's bad. He walked 3 times, struck out 33 in 107 at bats. So unlike what we just went through with Bryce, whose strikeout to walk ratio is sort of eye popping, Jorge Alfaro he strikes out a lot. In fact, as I was going through some of the numbers, there was one percentage where he chases, he swings and misses, and I think he led the league literally in whiffs, and so not a bat to ball guy. But let's see how that goes. Well, to me, he's going to hit 260, 250, and let's pay attention to his strikeout to walk ratio. So let's go to 2018. He played 108 games. He played a lot. In fact, I'll look down here. I got his major league totals. He played in just under 500 major league games. So I mean, he's pretty experienced. 2018, 108 games with the Phillies. He hits .262 with a .324 on base, .407 OPS, walked 18 times, struck out 138 times. In 2019, in 130 games, so he played 28 more games in 2019 with the Marlins. He hits .262 again. .262 in 18 with the Phillies, .262 in 2019 with the Marlins, 108 games with the Phillies, 130 games with the Marlins. .312 on base with a .425 slug. He hits 18 home runs. He has 18 home runs with the Phillies in 2019. Struck out 154 times, walked 22. So that's what that is. He's got some pop. In the 2020 shortened season, I don't care, 31 games, doesn't matter. 2021, in 92 games with the Marlins, he hits .244 with a .283 on base and a .342 slug. He strikes out 99 times, walks 11. 2022, with the Padres, 82 games, hits .246, .282 on base with a .383 slug, walked almost exactly what he did in 2021. Walked 11 times, 98 Ks. It's incredible. That's what it is. That's what we've got. Let's do 2023. It's last year, 18. He didn't play much. 18 games with the Rockies and the Red Sox combined. So 10 games with the Rockies, 8 games with the Red Sox. He hits .146 in those 18 games. .212 on base, .292 slug. So I don't even know what that looks like. Let's do his major league totals. 8 years total, 496 games. Average, his major league average are decent. .253 with a .302 on base, .393 slug. Has struck out 581 times, 72 walks. He does have 48 bombs, 198 RBIs. Let's do some defensive numbers. He's caught in 417 games and 3,389 in the third innings. I think that's the draw. I think that's the stat line that when the Cubs signed him, we were talking about low risk catching depth. They wanted some veteran catching depth, and I think he gives that. I can think of several catchers that kind of fit this mold where 3,389 in the third innings behind the plate. I don't think there's a substitute for that. So, but we'll see. 189 assists, 32 errors, got a 993 fielding percentage. So, veteran catcher, probably going to come in. If we need him, that's probably going to be my first choice. I mean, and we'll see what these kids do in spring training. I mean, I really am looking forward to seeing what both those prospects do. My confidence level in Joe Hudson is not real good. I don't know that I'd go that route. So for me, and that's the question I'll have for you, if we need a third catcher right now based on what we know, I'm probably just going to go Jorge. But I'm really going to pay attention this spring. We're going to watch these four catchers because who's the one? We may need to put one of them on the 40-man. But Jorge Alfaro, to me, is probably the safest bet if I had to choose right now. So we're going to find out. A lot of work to do, a lot of time between now and decision time, but it's going to be fun. Spring training is here, and I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I appreciate you joining me here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. It's baseball season. Do me a favor and hit that subscription button for me if you haven't already. And stay tuned. I've got 2 or 3 more ideas in my head. I've got a piece with Greg Huss that I'm going to be taping on Thursday night this week. Greg is going to join me on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs, and he's a prospect guru. And I'm already starting to think about some questions for him. And if you have any specific questions that you would like me to ask Greg Huss on when I interview him on Thursday night of this week, go ahead and jot them down. Send me in the comments. I'll find those. Guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you very soon. Go Cubs, go.